Entitlement reaches all walks of life, as you'll find out in this episode of Entitled People. Our first one is from Open Circle Fleet YT. I am marching band at my school. We just got done with an away game and went to go load our trailer. When we got there was a car parked right next to the trailer, which was one of those striped walkway things that you can't park in. She was parked so close that we couldn't load our stuff in. Fortunately for us, two things happened. One, the football trailer, which was parked in front of our trailer, left, allowing us to pull up and load. Two, one of the parents had called the police earlier and she got a nice paper surprise on her car when she got back. Needless to say, as we were loading, we were eagerly anticipating the return of this person so we could stare at whoever they were menacingly. At the last moment, before we had to go back to our buses, she showed up with two kids in tow. The look on her face when she got in her car, noticed the surprise on her windshield, got out and grabbed it, and then slammed her door shut is priceless and intensely satisfying. I never really did understand people who want to park in areas that they're not supposed to be parking in. I know a lot of them try to justify it like, oh, I have kids, or oh, I can't walk that great, but still, if it's clearly marked, you shouldn't do it. This next one is by Tori Leanne02. Writing this in the ER waiting room because there's nothing else to do here. As most people know, getting checked into a room at the ER takes ages, especially at this one because they're short-staffed. After a few hours of waiting, the man comes in and gets checked into the front before sitting in the waiting area with everyone else. About 30 minutes after waiting, the man starts complaining loudly about how nobody here has American names. About 2 hours in, the man goes into the bathroom, and I didn't really pay attention to him. There's a man cleaning all the bathroom who keeps coming back and forth until he comes back with security. The man locked himself in the bathroom and is yelling at security guards that he isn't coming out because people out here are harassing him. Nothing of the sort happened, and he doesn't want to wait any longer. Eventually, the security guards get him to come out and he starts screaming about how he's in a ton of pain and he's been waiting for 5 hours. Funny part is, the nurse had the exact amount of time he's been in there. 2 hours and 47 minutes. The man keeps screaming about how the staff is being unfair for not letting him in until security finally kicks him out. I definitely know emergency rooms take ages, just like you state, but the guy that's acting like a baby, locking himself in the bathroom, he clearly deserved to be kicked out because whatever his emergency was, clearly wasn't that big of one. This next one is from Whips Solo. Cross-posted from Am I the Asshole as the sheer audacity. In 2004, I dated a girl, Sari, who was 15. I was then 17. Her mother had died when she was 14 and she lived with her aunt and uncle. In 2005, Siri's aunt and uncle gave her up to the state and cut all contact. At the same time, I found out Siri had been cheating on me. We broke up. 6 months after entering the group home, my mom decided to adopt Siri to get her out of the state system. I had already been dating Ashley, 19, same age as I. When Siri turned 18, she found out she had a $1.2 million trust from her mother's will. Siri asked me to invest this with the agreement I would keep 20% of the profits. I took the approach that I would hedge my bets, using the low risk to pay for the high risk. I returned a lot of money. In 2013, Siri and Ashley had a falling out, ending all of our friendships. Ashley and I divorced a year later. An old mutual friend recently contacting me asking why I stole Siri's inheritance. I was confused by this, as I last spoke to Siri when she was extremely wealthy, and I used the $500K to buy a home and 2 cars for myself and Ashley. Ashley is now my long ex-wife. This friend informed me that Siri had been posting all over social media claiming that I stole her inheritance and she is completely broke. That Siri has nothing but a 2015-ish Honda Accord and she is living in it. I explained all of this to that friend. Explained I do not even have the house I bought from my share of the profits, as Ashley got it in the divorce, and the only thing I do still have is the 2005 Mitsubishi Evolution MR that I bought in 2013. I have, however, made 8 figures on my own, investing in crypto and later businesses with my own monies. I posted on social media explaining that in 2013, I returned $2.5 million to Siri from the investing I had done for her, that she had given me $1 million to start and had agreed that I would keep 20% of the profits only. Siri, her aunt and uncle, apparently they are all fine now, Ashley's family, and both of their friend groups have all been calling me an asshole and stating that I owe Siri a boatload of money. The singular mutual friend I have with them has also said I am the asshole and I should give Siri the money. My wife, mother, and friend group say I am not the asshole. I have no idea what happened to Siri's money, as in 2013, we stopped talking completely. Am I the asshole? Edit. A law firm has all the legal documents. Spoke with them earlier and I'm in the clear. I've also contacted my attorney, had the original documents sent over, and my attorney is having a cease and desist order served. If you follow the agreement exactly, then no, you're not the asshole, because she said you could keep 20% of the profits. If she went and blew all her money, then she doesn't have access to the 20% that she said you could keep because it's not hers. And our final one is by Inquisitiva. It might sound bad, but I don't like my nephew, 8, and I get bad moods when he's around. He's my brother's son. I love my brother to death, and really I love his son too, I just don't like him. I'm sure it's okay to love someone and dislike him at the same time, but I actually feel really shitty about not liking him. For starters, because he's a child, and also because I feel like it's almost noticeable that I can't stand his presence. The reason I don't like him is because he is an entitled brat. I have 2 other nephews and a niece who are also this way, but with them I manage because they are not manipulative liars like him. When he comes to my parents' house, he acts like he owns the place. He takes and touches whatever he wants without asking permission. He announces that he stays over without asking neither my parents nor his father. He ignores adults when telling him to do or stop doing something, as if he didn't listen. He's got a younger brother, and he always cheats him when playing games, and if he loses, he lies. He lies about eating something he asked for, then either says he wasn't hungry, or never asked for it, or you find it in the garbage, or that he threw it in the toilet. He makes us excuses for anything. This behavior gets on my nerves, but my frustration is with myself because I don't like my nephew and it kills me. Because honestly, it's my brother that I should be annoyed with. It's him that never disciplined him. It's also my parents who never set boundaries with him and let him feel like he deserves anything just for being a child. But I do discipline him as the aunt. I set boundaries. I call them out. The difference is that the other 3 respect it, and he is the one who lies and throws tantrums. I spent a whole day babysitting his younger brother, but it wasn't until he came that my day was ruined. Ruined by a combination of having him around, but also by dealing with and blaming myself for being too tough with him, and maybe showing him that I don't like his behavior. Don't get me wrong, I would kill for this child, but maybe I need to love him from a distance. I feel like the way you feel is how a lot of parents can get with their kids. You will always love your kid, but you will never always love their behavior, because when they have bad behavior, you're not gonna love it. You dislike it, it's disappointing, and they need to know that bad behavior is unacceptable. I think in this case, you love your nephew, you like your nephew, you just don't love or like his behavior, and that's perfectly okay. Alright, that's enough entitlement for the day. Well, that wraps up this episode of Entitled People. If you liked the video, please drop a like, share my content on all of your social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload, and drop a comment down below. It really helps with the algorithm and helps new people find my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons, have a great day and stay safe out there.